I swear the time gets away from me. Here we are already the middle of May. How much have you accomplished thus far this year? For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, an artist, writer, content creator, life and a business coach. My business has been on a little bit of a hiatus. I have not been quite the same since February after I lost my dog, my boxer. Trying to regroup with grief from a pet, which really doesn't veer too much from grief of any kind, whether it be human or the four-legged kind. And since then, I have invested in a set of puppies that has been taking a lot of my time. Slowly, I'm trying to get acclimated with my time in a structure that works because I've had to take an outside gig in order to survive, to function. You know, I teach group painting lessons. I teach how to put a vision board together. I teach a variety of writing classes. I reside in St. Louis, Missouri. And the people that I personally know, when I started on this whole teaching thing, everybody pretty much was on a bandwagon, and I was on a steady roll of people wanting to take classes. And I had a line of merchandise and so on and so forth. And then when the pandemic hit and everybody went into their self-absorbed bubble, the people that I had associated with, I no longer associate with. And I'm reestablishing, and I am finding, and I'm being very transparent and very honest, nobody that I know, or anybody in my circle, or any of my followers, nobody wants to take any type of a class to enrich their lives. You know, painting is one of those creative endeavors. You're moving the paints around, you're learning about color, you're learning about perception, you're learning about perspective. And those that I know, I see all what they're doing across their social media, and they're still doing the bar thing, and they're still doing the drinking thing, and they're still doing the concert thing. You know, I'm going to be 62 in July, and I take really pride in how I present myself, what my image is, how I take care of myself, how I try to stay fit, how I try to stay healthy, and doing the bar thing and drinking and concerts. That no more is in my makeup than probably it was, 20 years ago. You know, and for a person that worked in the bar industry, being on one side of the bar to earn an income versus being on another side of the bar to get ridiculously stupid, thinking that those people that you're drinking with are really your friends. You know, they're associates, they're acquaintances, misery loves company. And I have big issues with individuals that still hang in the same group that they hung out with 30 years ago, 40 years ago. They have not evolved. They have not gone on and furthered their own life and their own enrichment. You know, I teach how to create a vision board, how to bring all of those good things into your life that you want, that lingers in the back of your head, and you question, why didn't you go down that path? Why didn't you take an interest in the things when you were a lot younger? You know, I have a horse. My horse is going to be 23 this June. I've always had my hand in horses, one way or the other. When I was a little kid, my dad played the ponies, wanted me to be a racehorse jockey. You know, it was only when through high school I took riding lessons, and then in 2013 when I got sick, I got back into taking care of horses, back into the horse world. And it was only probably 4 years ago that I actually jumped right in and hands-on, and my Ruby girl now is mine. You know, it's timing. It's about how you put yourself in situations to evolve so you can attract those things into your life that you want to. My goal has been to have a small horse farm so I can teach, so I can speak, so I can find products to represent, so I can restart my merchandise line and maybe have a little photography studio where people can, when they're taking their art classes, we can do some fun dress up kind of things. I have the vision in my head, and I've come to a very firm believer that St. Louis, Missouri, if you are from South St. Louis, you have a stigma. Somewhere along the line, people were taught that you were supposed to just settle with what was offered to you and never think outside the box. And these are things that I have taught in my life and my business coaching classes. Why would you remain stuck in the same four squares when there's a whole big world out there? I look around and I look at my own life, and although my hand is back in food and beverage and I'm trying to figure out which direction to go with my art classes, I have my dog buried in the backyard, and there's a part of me that's just heartbroken that my Brucey isn't going with me, but I have a whole new set of puppies that will go with me, with my Shug, to the next place. Getting to that next place, it's not how I'm going to do it. It's not when I'm going to do it. It's knowing that I'm going to do it. And people who stay stuck and people who do not venture out to change their lifestyle, I ask, do you not feel worthy, that you feel you are not entitled to get out of this ordinary? I don't want to live an ordinary life. I never did. I don't want what everybody else has had. I don't want that traditional type where the husband works and the woman stays at home. I've lived that life and I was miserable for all those years. I don't want to be connected to my stove. And if I am connected to my stove, it's because I'm promoting a product and I'm talking about how great this recipe is. And it's a part of who I am and a part of my heritage, but it's also a part about making an income with the things that I love to do. Not because I have to do it or because someone is looking to depend on me to become codependent, because they are still in a time, in an era, in a structured generation that never was taught to get out of that box. For the last couple, I don't know, probably a week now, it's been raining here in St. Louis, Missouri, and I've been working in my yard as much as I can, trying to get the puppies all potty trained, and the older I get, the harder I work, and it shouldn't be that way. I will not take my Social Security at 62. I'm kind of pushing for that 64, but I find I'm just working a lot harder to make my ends meet. I would love to know where you are and where you're at in your life with the things that you are doing. I find myself to be very boring. I do not watch TV. I don't need that downtime. I don't need that numbing. I don't need that distraction. And I certainly don't find TV as entertainment. When I am feeling better, and I've been doing a lot of doubles with my restaurant gig, and it's taking a toll on the body, but I find that in my downtime, I'm in my yard. I'm doing gardening. I'm playing with my puppies. I'm restructuring a business and how I want to move forward. And although I have been on this great hiatus, I want to come back and bounce back stronger, hoping to maybe take a trip or two this year, get out my camera, do the things that I enjoy doing, because I find myself to be very boring. And I don't like to be boring. I want to be stimulated. I want my mind to constantly be thinking, constantly be evolving into the next phase, awakening to all the wonderful, great things that this life has to offer. I am worthy. What I have to offer is enough. And my standard on how I want to live, I should not have to settle by somebody else's rules because they don't want to think outside their box. And these are things we do talk about in my vision board class. If you are in the St. Louis, Missouri area and you would love to have a class, my painting lessons are $45 a person, must have a minimum of 8. I bring all the supplies to you. If you're looking to have a vision board class, it is $35. You must have a minimum, $35 per person. You must have a minimum of 10. You supply all the materials, and I let you know what the materials are. If you're looking for a writing class, it is $35 per person. You can do a private class. You can do a group, minimum of 5, because a little bit with writing, it's a little bit more in depth, because we talk about the who, the what, the why, the where, the when. These are all things that I do teach. I am Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, an artist, a writer, a speaker, content creator, life and a business coach. For today, for tomorrow, be happy, be blessed, be thankful for all the wonderful things that do come into your life, and please leave a comment below. Email always at kitrynmarie@gmail.com. Find me on all the social media. Reach out. So y'all be happy, and I will see you real soon. Bye.